What's cracking with you people?
We are back.
Nazi and X here. We just got done watching
Resident Evil.
the official trailer for the Netflix streaming show for Resident Evil.
Jesus Christ.
I'm really curious because when the trailer first started, like the first 5 seconds, you said it's going to be trash.
Yeah, I already think it'll be trash.
Do you mind elaborating on why? Because I didn't bother asking. I wanted to
Yeah.
wait till we got on camera.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But this is my opinion. When I saw the girl, I already knew what they're probably going to do. They're going to try to do one or two things with her, and I hate when they do this for certain movies and post-apocalyptic shows. They will either make her like the hero, or she's the one that can save the world, or two, they're going to try to make her like the female Laura Croft thing where she's going around killing people. I'm like, I don't want to see this. And the trailer just did pull me in. Like, even with the giant spider, which was really disturbing in a way, but it still.
Honestly, I've seen worse.
Yeah, that is true. I've seen worse, but it's still like it just did pull me in. And probably for me, what it is probably the CG. It wasn't doing it for me.
The CGI, the practical effects, and the two leads for most of the things.
Yeah,
I just don't care.
Yeah, and I hope to God this ain't true. I think how I felt about it, it's coming off as goofy.
Yes.
And that's what
it's coming off as a. I don't know if you heard me when we watched the trailer, but I said it looks like they're leaning it heavily into Resident Evil 6.
Yes, no, I heard you say it, yes.
So, for those of you who don't know, X, have you had any experience with Resident Evil?
Yeah, yes.
What's your experience?
As far as the live action, I've seen all of them.
You've seen all the
Resident Evils.
I forget what her name is.
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
Jovovich.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Where her, I think her then husband was directing the movies.
Yeah.
Same guy who did the original Mortal Kombat movies. They know that.
Didn't know, okay. Interesting.
So,
I've seen all of them.
You played any games, seen any cutscenes or anything?
I played a little bit of, not the old ones, the one with Biohazard. I played Resident Evil Biohazard, just a little bit of it. And that was disturbing. Yes.
No, Resident Evil 6.
Yes.
With the Baker family?
Yes.
Okay, he plays it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
not
that's
all,
a reboot.
yeah, not all of it, yeah, just some of it, yeah, correct.
So that's the reboot.
Correct, yes.
They course corrected after what happened with 6.
Yeah, okay.
So, for those of you who don't know, Resident Evil was originally called Biohazard in Japan, but
Yes.
there was a copyright issue because of something else within America called Biohazard. So they called it Resident Evil in America.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Resident Evil 6 Biohazard is merging both of the names. But in Japan it's called Biohazard. But at the time, some other companies, some other IP was using the term Biohazard, so they couldn't release it in America as Biohazard, but they called it Resident Evil because it took place in a mansion.
Gotcha, yeah, I got you.
Same reason why the original Star Fox game is called Star Fox. They were originally called Lilac War somewhere else.
Gotcha.
No, my bad. It's called Lilac Wars in the UK because something else, I think some freaking heater company was using the term Star Fox.
Okay.
Either way, copyright law is weird, people.
Yeah, it really is. Jesus Christ.
So my experience is that I have not played any of the games, but I've seen the cutscenes and I've seen playthroughs of all the games. So I pretty much absorbed as much information about this series as I can. All 14 fucking games of it. Yes, I did say 14. Despite the fact that we're on 7 as the number, there was Resident Evil 1, then there was Resident Evil 2, there was 3, there was Code Veronica, then there was, which was actually meant to be Resident Evil 3, but due to some freaking theme of Capcom's right hand, I thought it was his left hand, and had an exclusivity deal with this one. I think it was with PlayStation. They had to release the number titles on the PlayStation. But Code Veronica was going to be the next game, but they couldn't release it on the Dreamcast, so they couldn't make it the next numbered game, so they had to rename it.
What?
Big thing went back and forth. It takes place in another location with one of the main characters that we don't know about, and then something else happens.
That's too much.
And then there's the 3 on the DS that takes place before I think 2, and then there's another. It's a whole freaking thing.
I can tell. Good
It's
God.
a whole freaking thing, man.
Good God.
Yeah, this is how deep deep I am into this rabbit hole, having not played a single game.
Good God, that's a huge rabbit hole.
I do plan on getting the remakes because they have RE0, that the original one is remake now, RE2 and RE3. If you want to get into the games, getting the remakes nowadays is actually your best bet because they streamline a lot of processes. There's a lot of stuff in the original Resident Evil that's too damn goofy. Like for instance, in this trailer they mentioned the T-virus. So in the remakes, they lean more and more into the zombie body horror element of the game series. In the original games, while they did have it there, right around 2 or 3, the T-virus gave people superpowers.
Wait, what?
Like if you see, so you've seen the movies, right?
Yes.
You remember Wesker? The Wesker, the guy with sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when the T-virus.
Oh.
It's like that in the games too.
Oh, that's right. No, it was. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah.
In the games too.
I didn't understand. Like, wait, why do I have powers?
I don't know why it gave him superhuman strength and the ability to transform and have all this other stuff. I don't know why it does that. I forget the exact reason.
Yeah.
There is a reason in the games. The movies, I don't know what the reason was, but there is a reason in the games as to why it is the T-virus affects him differently. It turns out it's because I think what happened is like he's like one of many kids who were like alphabetically numbered who were designed to help the Spencer guy who owns the Spencer Mansion from the first game. He finds out to like Resident Evil 5 for some reason. But it turns out that he's like trying to find like I guess the secret to immortal life or something. It's a whole freaking thing.
No, I believe it.
Yeah, I have to go back through and reread because you don't look at the book series for Resident Evil 2.
That's a book series? I'm sorry.
Well, they adapted the games and books. And apparently they're goofy, but they're somewhat entertaining.
Okay, well, I mean that's good, but based off the show, to me, it does sound like it's gonna be entertaining.
Resident Evil 6 jumped the shark.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 6 leans so heavily into the idea that the viruses, the T virus, the G virus, the tyrant virus, and all these other viruses gave people superpowers. That you had this giant enemy worm thing. There was always like this giant like monster creature in each of the games. One of each game. I think it's like 4 and 5. They had giant creatures. Yeah. It's been like these offshoots of the viruses with these other things. Like the idea is that the virus were mutating the bodies in ways that they weren't expecting. There was always like a giant creature in each of the games. It progressively got bigger and bigger and bigger as the series went on, as more and more stuff happened, as the graphics increased. They were able to do bigger and bigger stuff.
Yeah.
To the point where you would have like whole like parasitic creatures possessing suits of armor. Then you have like basically other parasites that would act like predators meet the alien from 4. And it's Resident Evil 4, and these are like crazy things. I'm interested to see how they do those for Resident Evil 4 remake. But how do I put this? This doesn't look like it's leading into Resident Evil 5 and 4 level.
Yeah, I really think it's an origin story to me personally.
It doesn't look like an origin story to me.
It doesn't.
From what I'm getting at from this trailer, right? In Resident Evil, the games never go post-apocalyptic. They never go post-apocalyptic. The worst you get is that Resident Evil 2, Leon Kennedy's debut game, they nuked the city to stop the virus from spreading. They nuked that, like literally, a virus got out somehow. I forget. I think in the original Resident Evil 2, it spread via rats. And rats that accidentally came in contact with like some of the waste product of the underground facility until they were to kind of.
That's not good.
Well, that's how the Black Plague started. The bubonic plague from like way back. And I think in Resident Evil 2 remake they carried that through. But it's heavily implied that one of the guys was working undercover, and he worked undercover for another company. They found out about it. They shot him dead. He stabs himself with the virus, and then to save his life, which it does work. And they go more into it inside the game. We don't have to go into it here. He starts mutating, turns into a giant monster, whatnot. Drops the vial. Whatever happens, I think a rat comes in contact with it, or one of the soldiers comes in contact with it. Something happens, and then all hell breaks loose.
Wow.
That's how it happens in the remake.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Play the remake. It is well worth your time. But how do I put this?
Interesting.
But this looks like, I don't know if this is Capcom's idea, because Capcom, y'all Jesus Christ, I don't know what is wrong with your upper management, but you guys need to sit your old dumbasses down.
No, yeah, they do. They really do.
Because this looks like it's a separate continuity that they're trying to do something. It looks like they're saying is that okay, the movies were their own thing, the games are their own thing. Let's just do something completely.
Oh no, don't do it that way. Don't do it.
This is what it looks like.
Oh God, I know what you mean. Don't do it that way.
Yeah.
Oh God, it always fails. It always fails.
Because.
And I'm telling, look, and I bet you right now, I'm going to say it again. They are going to make those females the badass heroes.
They're going to be unrealistically badass.
Yes.
Now here's the thing with that, right? In a video game, it makes sense because you need to have the player character be empowered.
But this
right?
is not going to work in this.
This is
I can already tell it's not going to work.
This is a passive viewing experience, right? So with regards to games, like you have like Ashley Graham, Leon Kennedy,
yes,
Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, and a couple other characters. They all at some point have these badasses where they can like suplex these heavy ass enemies, roundhouse kick them, have their heads explode with one shin shot to the head like this freaking Street Fighter, also owned by Capcom. So it makes sense that in the game you're going to have the overtop moves with all these characters.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And a passive viewing experience, if you're doing a zombie apocalypse thing, because here's the thing. The tone's all over the place here.
That's what I'm saying. It is.
On one hand, they want to think like, oh, all hope is lost, everything's in the end, but they're like, oh yeah, by the way, here's this badass character jumping off a high cliff into a flaming cliff with a chainsaw.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense.
It's like, if you're going to go goofy, go goofy.
Yes.
But if you're going to go hardcore.
Yes.
You can't try to have your cake and eat it too.
No, you can't. You really cannot.
It's one thing to have, how do I put this? I've said this before, I said it again. You guys have seen our video on personal preference. I believe I mentioned it there.
Yeah.
It's better to have your movie's tone be like this.
Yes.
And have moments where it goes up and moments where it goes down. Don't try to have moments where it's always up and then go down.
Yeah.
It just creates a movement flash.
This
or
movie
it's all the way down and
yeah.
shutting this spike up.
This movie's not even doing that. It's doing this.
Oh, this is a movie.
This
is a movie. This is supposed to be a TV series.
Oh, a TV series?
Yeah,
oh, I definitely ain't watching
it. It's supposed to be a Netflix TV series.
Oh, I definitely ain't watching it then. Oh my God, I definitely ain't watching it. If we have to watch this, guys, I'm not joking, I'm going to drink. Because there's no way. A TV series? Are you serious?
If I saw the end of that trailer right, it says a Netflix original series.
Oh Lord, y'all messed up. Y'all know they messed up again. Because the fact that like it has two different feels on this and it's gonna be goofy as ever, you should just made a movie.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Actually, Capcom, I'm gonna take back what I said just a little bit here. You're still also responsibility on this.
You said a little bit.
You still also responsibility. The same thing that happened with Sega and the Archie comics. You guys didn't have enough hands-on with that series, and you lost control over all of it. The Sonic Archie comics are a whole other story we'll get into one day.
Yeah.
But not on Cinema Hype. It's a whole other thing.
Gotcha.
But you guys very clearly said, okay, Netflix, you're the biggest streaming platform on the planet right now.
Yeah.
You are able to get away with having all blood and gore and stuff, because Lord knows Disney got the ball to do it.
No. They don't.
And you guys can do all this. You give you permission to use the license to make a streaming series. Okay, bye. And then you did. You did the same thing for Dead Rising, and that franchise is dead now.
Oh yes.
The Dead Rising game, anyway.
Yes.
You did the same thing for that, and now that franchise is dead.
It is dead.
But and then you want to come back and then be pissed off that things aren't going the way you want them to. Well, maybe you guys had more hands-on experience. Anyway, Netflix.
Yes.
This one's on you, because as far as I can tell, every time you get your hands on an adaptation of a popular franchise, you fuck it up. If you think I'm lying, how's Cowboy Bebop going?
Don't get, Lord Jesus, I haven't even seen that.
It was canceled after the first episode.
I told him this. I told Brad this. I said, Brad, I've never seen the animation, which I want to see that. But I told him the Netflix one, the trailer, it looked whack as fuck.
It's not whack.
It's not?
No. The Netflix is whack. No, okay, let me fix that. Wait a minute. It just hit me what you thought.
Yeah.
No. Netflix whack as shit.
Okay. But the animation.
The animation is not whack.
Okay, good, yeah.
The animation is actually considered a classic that
yeah.
still holds up to this day.
Yeah,
I need to get the I need to get the animated movie for it too. Which
Yeah.
actually is a prequel to that series. But the series
Yeah.
itself is actually fantastic.
the only animation show or game adaptation on Netflix I would give y'all credit for Netflix is Arcane. And y'all did a tremendous job with that.
Not seen Arcane yet. That's on my list.
That is incredible. That's honestly the best. That beats this Resident Evil, hands down. It beats. I haven't even seen the series yet. Arcane is still number one for me for best game adaptation show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty high praise right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like Resident Evil. I don't know what the hell is going through your mind. But
I don't
that is-
either.
It doesn't look good, and it
No.
comes out next month.
Yeah, and think like it's just every scene that maybe I'm wrong, but every scene that I saw, it came off as goofy,
Yes.
and I think they were trying too hard to be serious.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yes.
It's like, because here's the reason why I say it's an alternate continuity, and this is why I say I don't think it's a prequel. Because inside the trailer it said Umbrella's had a lot of controversies,
Yeah.
trying to rebrand. Umbrella is canonically rebranding as of Resident Evil 6 and 7.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But it goes post-apocalyptic, and as far as I know from how 7 ends, I don't think we're at that point yet.
No.
So I think this is a separate continuity where they just gave Netflix carte blanche to do what they want to do. I think Netflix said, hey, those Mila Jovovich movies were pretty okay, right? You know, the movies that had Leon Kennedy and Chris Redfield inside one of them, and then killed them off in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the voice actor who played Leon, who as he looks pretty damn close to the character in 4, auditioned to play the role in the movie. They said, "Nah, you can't be Leon. You're not Leon enough."
What?
Look it up. The dude that played Leon in Resident Evil 4, he even looks the part. They even dressed Leon up, even though this is canonically supposed to be like Resident Evil 2.
I'm done with
They
y'all.
dressed him up in this Resident Evil 4 getup, and the casting people looked at the guy. I don't know if they knew it was him or not. They must not have known.
No, they must not have known.
Because he's a voice actor, but he's a solid actor. If you're a voice actor, you can jump into acting pretty easy. I think actors have a very hard time jumping into voice acting.
Yes.
But
That's crazy.
he auditioned. He said, "Yeah, they said I wasn't Leon to be Leon." No credit to him. He just laughed off the whole thing.
I don't blame him, but that's just funny. I'm laughing. That's hilarious.
It's like Jesus. Oh man. But yeah, this did not convince me that I was going to see.
No, you did, and I'm telling you, like guys, I'm telling you, when we do a review about this, God help us.
I'd rather watch the original live action Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah,
And that movie sucks ass.
yeah.
Have you seen it?
Which one is it going again?
The one with Bob Hoskins
Yes.
and John Leguizamo.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that movie where they originally had the script planned up to actually read like the original Mario Bros. Game. Like, okay, so bit of a kind of like just kind of a fun anecdote here before we end today.
Yeah.
The original Mario Bros. Live action movie with Bob Hoskins,
Lord.
God rest in peace,
Yes.
John Leguizamo, and I forget the girl who played Daisy. It was originally supposed to be one-to-one like the Mario Bros. Game. Well, I say one-to-one, it would be a fantasy. It was to be a
Gotcha.
high child's fantasy, but they kept going through director after director after director after director.
What?
I think at one point they had Spielberg signed, but then he had to dip out for something else. I think they had James Cameron signed at one point. I might be wrong about that one.
If that was
But
true,
he had to dip out too.
ooh.
And I want to say they had the guy who did. I think at one point they had Ridley Scott on there as well, but that might be me misremembering. That one
Okay.
sounds far fetched.
Okay. Wow.
But they went through like 4 different directors.
Wow.
And the studio eventually said, "Look, this was during the height of Mario fever. Like Mario Bros. 2 and 3 had just come out.
Yeah.
It was the height of it. And the studio said, "Look, we need to get this film done now." And they only had less than a year left to film. So they get this couple, right?
Oh, God.
And they come in and rewrite the whole damn script. They
Oh.
rewrite the whole damn script to a point where it's this steampunk, it's like this cyberpunk goth fantasy. And Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, the woman that played Daisy, and Dennis Hopper, they signed on for the fantasy film. They were all in. They were all in for fantasy.
Oh, God.
But when this couple came in and they were arguing on set the entire time, it was to the point where Bob Hoskins, and the only reason why I know this is because John Leguizamo straight up said in an interview, yeah, Bob got drunk on set. and I hope to God it was only during the scenes where he wasn't in a car driving.
Oh, God. I didn't even know any of this.
I found this out last year.
Oh,
because
God,
I
that's
get
bad.
very bored on a Friday night.
That is bad. That's really bad.
Oh God! But yeah, I'd rather watch that
Yeah,
dumpster fire
'cause-
for the fourth time.
Yeah.
Don't ask them the first 3 times. Okay,
Yeah.
I better clear this up now. First time out of curiosity, second time to watch somebody rip on the third time lost the bet. Anyway.
Wow. Good God.
But I would willingly sit down and watch it for a fourth time before I even consider watching this.
Yeah.
That's how put off by that trailer.
No, we were both just sitting there, just like,
Because once again, I mentioned this on a vlog like almost a few days ago, but I firmly believe in my heart of hearts that when it comes to artistic works of entertainment, there is no such thing as a bad idea, only terrible execution.
yes, I agree with that. I agree with that hands down. Because the execution sometimes has been bad in some movies. And
This, unless another trailer comes out
It
that
ain't.
fixes the tonal shift of it, and they got a month left, so I don't think it's happening.
No, y'all have completely just fucked yourselves.
If
I'm keeping it real. I'm being serious.
I'll be serious too. If unless something else comes out, you guys might get the first drunk Sunday showcase from us with this
Yeah,
show.
because I'm telling you, I'm not joking. I'm not joking, guys. There's no way I can get through this.
There's no way I can watch this over.
No, I
And
can't.
I will not watch this movie.
I'm not joking.
Movie,
That-
show, whatever it is, I'm not watching this
Yeah,
over.
it sounds crazy, but if a movie or a show is really that bad for either me or him, I can't be sober. It's like being tortured, but with a bad show,
Yes.
and that's not good. I go crazy.
But put it like this: by the time you're seeing this, this cinema hype, our reaction to our silver screening episode for Dead or Alive have gone up.
Yeah.
Dead or Alive is a better adaptation.
Oh my God! Yes, it is.
Even with that rant about how bad they got the young in Dead or
but
Alive.
I love that movie way better. That pulled me in. I was surprised about that. That movie pulled me in more than this.
And that was a cheesy film from 2006.
But I enjoyed that.
This is 2022.
Y'all,
And you guys
Stop.
just came off a fantastic reboot with 6, a pretty decent follow-up with 7, and fantastic remakes at RE0, RE1, and RE2. What the hell is this?
I'm gonna say this, and this is my last thing on this trailer. I need to understand with y'all directors. Are y'all really sitting here paying attention to y'all writers when y'all writing these scripts? Cause something's not adding up. It seems like y'all getting worse and worse and worse when y'all do Resident Evil shows or adaptations or whatever. It seems like y'all getting worse. This don't seem entertaining to me. It's a B. It look to me like a B movie, goofy, over the top, woman empowered film.
Yeah.
Unless I'm wrong, that's what it looks like to me.
What I'm pissed off about is that when it comes to you directors, haven't we already learned this damn lesson before?
Oh yes.
It feels like we went back to 98 and the early 2000s when it comes to the adaptations. You're not making a film based upon the IP, you're making a video game movie.
Yes, and this is what they're forgetting.
We're sick of video game movies. Make a movie based off the IP. The blueprint is there. The background is there. The aesthetics are there. If you do a simple YouTube search of what the game's about,
Yeah, it's there. It's all there. Y'all have no excuses. Oh my god.
and yes, granted, okay, Capcom games usually have an element of goofiness in them. I will fully give you that.
Yeah, but this don't work.
Especially Monster Hunter. But that's the thing. There are moments of goofiness.
Not the whole entire.
If you sit down and actually look at the story and history of some of these games and stuff, you'll find there's a lot more going on than just guy with overpowered sword or crazy martial arts shit. or dude infected with a virus who can punch a boulder half across the city. This must be what the gamer kids are about. No, it's literally a corrupt corporation made a virus. Made a virus that was designed to help stop some guy from aging that gets out of control. People start eating each other alive. A guy has to put a bullet in his daughter's head, and they nuke the whole damn city to cover it up.
Oh god.
Play RE2 remake and know what I'm talking about.
Oh god. Oh Jesus.
and that was like the first hour of RE2 remake.
Oh god.
Okay, not the nuke. The nuke was later on. We were having a game at that point. And then you know with Monster Hunter, I have not seen the Monster Hunter movie, but I know you got it wrong because there's a whole thing. There's a whole thing about how the hunters have to make sure they don't overdo it, because if they do, they incur the wrath of the dragons, and that will destroy the entire planet. They end up making like these cyborg things, and it's a whole big issue that I know for a fact you didn't talk about.
Yeah.
Anyway, rant over.
Yes.
We will see you next week.
Yes.
Deuces.
Peace.